Ah! Ah! Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm DC. Today I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why people get leg cramps or muscle cramps and some of the solutions for those cramps. Okay, so I'm going to start with salt. Salt, especially for beginners on the carnivore diet, most people are kind of scared of salt because of all the education and so on that keeps telling us that salt is bad for us and salt will harden our arteries and all sorts of other garbage. But our body requires salt, and Dr. Cam Berry does a really good video on salt just by itself, so I suggest go check that out. But apart from that, there are many benefits that I've spoken about in many other videos as well, such as for cold and flus, for example, it's really good for clearing the esophagus and from mucus and things like that. But it's also a very good source of electrolytes that we can't get from other sources. So it's very good for hydration. It helps us to absorb water, okay, and create water, because we do produce our own water as well. Okay. Now, another one is electrolytes, and it's very popular in the carnivore community, especially to supplement with electrolytes. But most populations have electrolyte imbalances these days, especially magnesium and potassium, deficiencies. Potassium is not really a big cause of muscle cramps, but magnesium, like a lack of magnesium, can be, and also calcium. So these are kind of the more important ones for this particular reason. Calcium, you don't really need to worry about too much. You can get a good source of calcium from bones, and if you cook meat with bones, fish bones, and things like that as well. But you don't really need that much of it anyway. Magnesium, however, you also get from a good mineral salt, and you can also supplement with. Another way you can get it is bath salts. If you have a hot soaking tub, with magnesium bath salts, that will help as well with absorption. These are all water-soluble vitamins and minerals that our body absorbs. So usually you get it from your meat. But if you find that you're not getting enough, then you can supplement that way. You can also get magnesium rubbing creams, so muscle rubbing creams that is made from magnesium supplements as well. So they are very good sources and very helpful as well. Another reason that you may not be absorbing your electrolytes or minerals that you need could be your caffeine intake as well. Coffee does actually block the absorption of these minerals, because they are water soluble for one. But if you don't want to give up your coffee, that's fine. Doesn't mean you have to. It would just be a good idea to figure out the timing of when you drink your coffee to when you drink or take your electrolytes or have salt in your diet. So if you have like an early morning coffee and then a couple of hours later take in your electrolytes, for an example. So it's just something you may have to play around with as well. Another reason for muscle cramps could be a lack of hydration. So you are either drinking too much water, which, especially for beginners on the carnivore diet, is quite common, And what will happen is that you will flush out the electrolytes or from your diet because you're drinking too much water. On the other hand, it could also be a lack of water. If you're not drinking enough water, if you drink like different other types of drinks, if you're one of these people that drinks a lot of sport drinks or coffee and soda drinks and things like that, instead of water, then you will get leg cramps as well. So you do need your water. And of course, I think the best way to get your water is to have a reverse osmosis filtering system, filter your water, and then remineralize it with a good mineral salt, okay, so that you get the minerals in your water. If you are new to the carnivore diet, your body will be going through a lot of changes where you dump a lot of water and fluids, and with that, you will be dumping electrolytes. So there are a couple of ways you can help this. You can either add an electrolyte supplement, increase your salt intake, or decrease your water intake. And one of the biggest reasons you go through a fluid dump as well is drinking fluids around your meal time. So if you try not to drink water with your meal or just small sips, and try to leave a couple of hours before and after each meal, you will have less chance of flushing the electrolytes and the fats that you get from your meal. If you drink a lot of water with a high-fat meal, it will tend to go straight through you, and you will dump a lot more electrolytes that way. Okay, grounding can be another relief for leg cramps. Okay, the electromagnetic energy from being on the wet grass is best, but any kind of grounding, barefoot grounding, is going to help with cramps that you might be feeling in your calf muscles. You can feel the magnetic sort of charge sort of. I've felt it myself, but many people also use grounding as a relief for leg cramps. So it's just another thing you can also use. The next one, it could be either a lack of movement. For example, this could be come down to circulation. Okay, so the problem with a lot of people today are sitting down too much, and especially like office jobs, things like that. Or if you're just a sedentary person, obese, etc., you get a lot of problems with a lack of circulation, including lipedema, lymphedema, because of your lymph fluid, your lymphatic system, but also your blood system as well, because they need, all these fluids are circulating to your legs, they need to be circulated back up to the rest of your body as well. So if you are sitting down for long periods of time without moving your feet, without that muscle contraction to help you circulate the lymph fluid or your blood circulation back up to the rest of your body, this can also lead to cramps, okay, and other more dangerous complications as well. So movement is always necessary. Just a nice gentle circulation exercise, just toe tapping, for example, lifting your heel up, lifting your legs up, and getting up and going for a walk. Okay. Also with movement, it could also be that you've suddenly done more exercise than your body is used to, and you've overexerted those muscle groups. Okay. In which case, you add more protein to your diet because you are more than likely deficient in actual your protein, your amino acids and peptides. Which brings me to the next one, and surprisingly, it would be protein. Even though people on the carnivore diet are eating more protein than they are used to, and myself, I like to emphasize the fact that you need more fat than protein on the carnivore diet, and same on a ketogenic diet as well. But you still need a minimal amount of protein, and that's going to depend on one, your composition, your height, your weight, and your activity, your ethnicity, and your age. Also your gender. Okay, so male to female will absorb different amounts of protein, for example. As you get older, your body becomes less efficient in transforming dietary protein into muscle protein. So as you get older, you require more protein. Okay. And when I say protein, it's crude protein. I'm talking about amino acids and peptides that you get from meat. Now, some people seem to think that you have to eat one meal a day, but you don't have to. And the trouble could be, even though you are getting enough total protein, you are eating enough total protein, you're not actually absorbing enough. So you can only absorb so much protein in one meal. So sometimes you might find that you might feel better if you break up your meals over, instead of going one meal a day, to 2 or 3 meals a day. Okay. Or you might just not be able to eat as much protein as you need for your activity, your size, for example. In which case you can get supplements. Okay, so you can either supplement amino acids, like branched chain amino acids, or BCAAs, just for short. Okay, we call it. Now, if you're going to supplement, I recommend get something that has no flavoring, no seed oils, and no sweeteners. Okay, it's not going to taste very nice, but you don't have to take a lot of this stuff. Another good supplement that you can use to increase your or recovery to stop cramps is creatine. Creatine, as long as you get unflavored, unsweetened, again, is a very good supplement usually, and very popular, especially for athletes. Okay, so how much protein should I take in? Okay, so there are 2 ways you can work this out. One is you can go on grams per kilo. Okay, so just for general population, but like basic, for a bare minimum, maybe from 1.5 to extreme, maybe 2.25 grams of protein per kilo of ideal body weight. Ideal body weight meaning if you're obese and you want to be lean, then your lean body mass. Okay. Another way to measure it would be 1 gram of protein per centimeter in height, and this will give you roughly the same amount of protein for the day. It will fluctuate, and things that affect this, one is how adapted you are to a protein diet, a high protein diet, because as you get more adapted and your activity increases, for example, this will need to increase. Your age, your gender, your ethnicity, and these are all things that play a factor in how much protein is perfect for you as an individual. Age, for example, as we get older, the body is less efficient in transferring dietary protein into muscle protein. So therefore, as you get older, you will need to increase your protein intake. Okay. How much can you absorb in one meal, for example, will also be determined by all these different factors as well. So it's something that you're going to have to play around with. It's not very difficult. You just need to work out what you feel best on and how your body composition is going to change. You will take measurements, and you can work it out fairly easily, really. Okay. But it is also an adaptive thing. So the longer you're on the carnivore diet, the more protein your body will be able to absorb and be able to use, and you will get more efficient at bringing dietary protein into muscle protein as well. But again, that will fluctuate with age and other things as well. So it's unless you get like a private consultation, then it's something you're going to have to work out for yourself, but it's really not that difficult. Okay, you can do it yourself. This is also, and if you're just starting the carnivore diet, it's good to start on the minimum and then work your way up as you need it, so that you can your body will adjust to the protein intake, and it will learn what to do with it, what to do with the proteins. Okay, don't just say, okay, I need 2 grams of protein per kilo of ideal body weight, and then just eat it all in one meal. Okay, because it will be a shock to your body, and it will, when you take in too much protein, it will react the same as you take in carbohydrates, and it will treat it like sugar, and it will store it in your fat cells because it's the easiest way to get rid of it. Okay, so these are reasons why you might be getting muscle cramps. A quick fix, for example, there are. I do try to tell people to avoid protein shakes that you get from the fitness industry and that sort of thing. There are a lot of food colorings, food sweeteners, and flavorings in these protein shakes. They are a poor source of protein, really, and they also have carbohydrates, and they're heavily processed, which means they're high in deuterium, and usually they have seed oils added to them as well. And I'm not saying that they are all like that, but 99%, yes. You can get good brands, and if you have a look around, just have a look at the ingredients, and you'll have to decide for yourself whether you need it or not. But if you find that you can't eat enough protein through the day from a natural food, then a supplement may help you, and they will certainly help for acute cases of muscle cramps, and they will help you sleep. Okay, guys, I'll leave it there. I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you again soon.